people.
If you've never met me or not been on a pat walk before. 1, 2, just a couple. Great. So these rules are for you. They're for everybody, but you've not had them before. So general rules of the pat walk. First rule: the dog is your dogs are your dogs. They're your responsibility. But of course, I'm here to help you. Okay. Hardest part of any pat walk is right now. You know, dogs just getting in the car. You've maybe never been before. You feel dogs with no issues, dogs with lots of issues, and everything in between. Okay. That was right on cue. So please be respectful of each other. Give each other space if you need it. And when we're going to challenge and work on going, well, my dog's got a problem with dogs coming in space, we'll do that in a controlled way on the walk, okay? We don't need any fights or ruckuses, okay? There's going to be a run here at 11 o'clock, but it starts over there and it'll go through the woods. So what we do is we're going to start going to the woods. And by the time all that starts, we're going to be over here somewhere so it doesn't really affect us, okay? Lisa, where's Lisa? Lisa's here. She's going to be, she's our YouTuber. Mad dog. That's okay, sounds like a mad dog. Lisa's our YouTuber today, so if she's pointing something at you, you can give her a smile. Okay? And if any of you really object to not wanting to be on a video or something, just tell Lisa as well. So, dogs are your responsibility. We want calmness on the walks. Okay, this is the hard bit. Dogs are excited and needing the toilet or whatever, rearing to go. So, what we have to make sure is there's no balls, no sticks, things like that. Things that be calm, okay? Please don't try and work on your dog with distraction, like here, here's the treats, come and get all the treats in the book. Then you're going to have 20 dogs running to you. Okay, and that'll just make your life harder. That's kind of not what we want to do to help your dog. If anyone needs to leave early or anything like that, please let me know, just so I can keep an eye on numbers, okay? As we walk round, we're going to go in the woods, and then we're going to do some training as well as we're in the woods. And I'm also going to speak to you all individually as we go, and say, okay, what's your dog's issues? How can I help? What's your dog's issues? How can I help you? I'm going to start with you. So who's the rowdiest dog? Here we go. Does anyone have any questions before we start? No? When we finish, we walk for about 90 minutes. And when we finish off back down here. And that's where we take a photo and you can pay and go home and have a wonderful day. We might try, depending on the group, the hill over here, might try and get on top of that hill, seeing how everybody feels physically. It's a bit steep hill. And if so, that's a good place to take a photo. The weather looks like it's definitely on our side today, wonderful weather. If you're going to let your dog off, please make sure you're feeling control of your dog, you're under control of your dog. Okay, and if you're struggling with that, that's what you need help with, then speak to me and I'll help you, okay? Brilliant. Alright guys, so we're going to start walking straight up and into the woods. So you want to start following me? Let's do it. Go. Every day, 9 to 5, you can have. Where are you guys? Huh? Why is he on a leash? This boy's He's like, what on earth is that thing? Bark in the teeth. Hey Rex, that's what we do, isn't it? We ignore that. Let the owners take control. Very good. Dog coming towards us that needs to know leash pressure. There we go. Morning. Morning. Here's some more. Look at that. Look at the amount we've got today. Brilliant. We're going to get good practice this morning. And why is yours on the leash? That's what she's been So has she been reactive when she's been on the leash? Oh. She's not always been like that, though.
No, she's just over the last...
Oh, a good muddy bit. That's perfect for you, Cat. Stuff in the mud. So, every time she's on the leash, she's getting quite consistent. Okay. Unpredictable, random. Woo. Yes. Okay. And when you then go to interrupt that, you can tap into that brain, or she blanks you, or...
Right.
Yeah.
You call her.
Okay, she blanks, okay. So take her, so because you're having it when on leash, the prong can kind of take care of both of those things for you, and it's just this, you know, rather than, she's obviously got the habit with the, even with the slip lead, where she's like, so the prong allows just to do e-collar and leash slip lead at kind of at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's much more gentle.
It's fine when she's on this lead.
Okay.
It's when we do like a longer lead.
Okay,
like
so she's still attached to you, but she's like just over there somewhere. Okay. Okay.
Longer lead for the dark nights.
So take her, so because you're having it when on leash, the prong can kind of take care of both of those things for you, and it's just this, you know, rather than, she's obviously got the habit with the, even with the slip lead, where she's like, so the prong allows just to do e-collar and leash slip lead at kind of at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's much more gentle.
It's fine when she's on this lead.
Okay.
It's when we do like a longer lead.
Okay,
like
so she's still attached to you, but she's like... You're not leaving here until you calm down. But that's not really possible in your everyday walks. Do you know what I mean? Because you're walking by a dog, or someone slams the door, or someone breathes, or you know, and he's just like, you know, he's got a bit. That's what he is. He's got Tourette's. That's what it is. So it has to be loads and loads of desensitising. But because of how sensitive he is, we can't just fling him right in the deep end like we can, because he could also get hurt. Because he gets so panicky, we can't then put him with 10 dogs and have him just sniff them and all that, because they would end up like, whoa, boom, potentially. You know, her nature, but it's super gentle, very mummy-ish. So she'd be the kind when she's going crazy that she would just lie on her or something, you know, it's like, calm down, and really help her. It's almost like if she had a very confident brother or sister. It takes a few minutes to calm him down when you start hyperventilating. Don't be upset at him. But I mean, in this scenario, you know, I guess be glad it's only a couple of minutes, but don't be embarrassed about that or upset by that. You're going, okay, this is what you're here for, to make that happen, you know? It's kind of, it's through the water and you need to get him in the water, but you're not leaving. You know, you're able to, yours is supposed to be prongs in it. Yeah. So I was thinking that as you were walking around, no, you get a prong his size, totally. Because right now, hit that flat surface, at the lead, even he's like, and even if he wasn't choking, the pulling doesn't make him go stop. It's dead easy for him to push against it. Whereas if he had a wee prong on it, it just went. He'd be more. It's almost like the poke as well. So he's more inclined to stop. So yeah, the prong collar would definitely be more beneficial than even a slip lead for you right now, I would say.
You'd be fine with me now.
Yes.
If we saw you on your phone,
Yes. Terrified is in fight or flight? Flight. Okay. Okay, that's a good thing. Yes. And you go, but maybe she was, but that behaviour is not acceptable. It's not. That is not a social way of dealing with your nervousness.
A lot of people just said, you know, when you start to pay attention to someone else's feelings.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, lovely. Nice. Start rewarding that behaviour. Why not?
Yeah, well, that's why we're on this one.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's, a lot of the training classes and that down our way, it's all reward.
Star, yeah, they're the ones
It's
who
like no correction.
no correction, no common sense, you
That's
know.
it.
So we're gonna create some of that. Make sure you want your dogs on leash if you're doing leash pressure. Remember, the one position we don't want is back the way. Never back, which is a big habit for us. We do it all the time. The only time you want to pull back is if your dog's on a harness because you want them to pull forward. Okay, so pull you up a hill or whatever. You've got a leash up high, try straight up the way rather than back the way. Or sideways, not back the way, okay? So, oh, there's Fiona as well, eh? Come with a rabble, there we go. 5 dogs and now 5 poo bags. Living the dream right there. So where's my Junior? Because he normally barks. Junior's the outside. He normally distracts us, doesn't he? A nuisance dog. He needs to get a trainer. So what we're going to do first, guys, is we're going to, the environment here, I want to maybe just do some place and zigzags through the place. And when we get out to the open, I want to maybe do the walk round and making dogs come in and walk by each other. For those of you who don't know what I mean, we'll show you. Okay? So let's first of all, how many of you put your hand up if you don't know place or what place means? It's okay if you don't. I don't either and I'm teaching you. Okay? So there's a few that don't know place. Everybody else that hasn't put their hand up, how many of you, their dog knows place? Okay, so you know it but your dog doesn't? That's not good. Right? Yeah, Rex knows it, yeah. So what we want you to do is those that do know place, put your dogs in the middle here on place. Come and do that now. So whether you're just learning at it or you're good at it, practice, challenge yourself. So your goal here is place means putting your dog in one position so they stay there. But this is what your dog needs, your Romanian dog, okay? Is that the dog is not just good enough to say to your dog, don't do that. You know, don't run away and be scared. Don't eat that dog. Don't whatever. Don't bark. Don't growl. You have to go, do this instead. Okay? If I take the cigarettes off the addict, the best way to resolve that is to go, let's go to the gym instead, or let's start eating Twixes, or no, let's do something else instead. So this is the do this instead. Okay? Right beside each other, you like Twix. So, those that aren't doing place, you're going to go down here. If you're not doing place, go down here. My man satchel. What's sir? Well,
Darcy,
it's not mine, it's my
please
boyfriend.
come.
So what you're going to do here... Good, now, move your legs off him, Dad. time in the dotting. That's all physical. We just want to try and be as little physical as possible. Because the more physical you are, you're going to get more physical back from the dog. So we're trying to use more pops rather than standing holds or sits. Or, who cares if your dog sits with a dog going by, but it's still loading like this, and then it lunges. Okay? So and then we're rewarding because it's sitting. Sit, good, good, good. But then a dog's like this, so you're rewarding a sitting crazy dog rather than a standing crazy dog. What we're trying to accomplish is calm. Okay? How many of you seen the whole viral nonsense with Jeff, you know, this week, right? And the amount of bullying and the absolute hatred that he's received, right? So, all Jeff did there with the towel, and it was totally taken out of context, was that dog was about 2 seconds from attacking a dog that was coming. And that dog's nearly killed dogs before, and has broken the woman's hip that had the crutches. So Jeff momentarily stopped that dog's behaviour to a freaking towel, you know? It's funny, I put a video up earlier today, I don't know if anyone saw it, but it was about 3 people rescuing a calf from a farm. You know, they take the cows, they take the calves and give them away, and let them die because they want the milk from the mums. And these 3 people got arrested because they were trying to save the calf, right? But imagine if that was a dog. Why is that not going viral? Why is that not all over the news? Because it's not a dog. So the reality is, we've got to just look at some common sense of you're dealing with a predator animal here, and we have to be able to control the breed and the instincts of the dog. Shh, done. So what you're going to do, your goal, whether on leash, off leash, whatever is a challenge for you. If your dog's on leash and it's not a challenge to walk by and through these dogs, then try it off leash or a looser lead or whatever, okay? Anything that's a challenge. So your goal is to be able to walk through these dogs with your dog under control. No, I don't care if your dog's, you know, I don't look for your dog to be looking at you. No, your dog is to be beside or behind you, not in front of you. And if your dog is going to ignore you and pull towards a dog, your job is to not doing that, okay? So their job is to control their dogs, your job is to control yours. Give as much space as you feel comfortable, okay? Try and focus on reading the energy and the body language of your dog and the other dog, okay? So, Rex, come here. So your goal is just to take the dog through whether your dog is off leash, on leash. Your goal is to have, your opinion matters more than anything else, okay? So let's start with Anne. When you go through and you get to the other end, just wait at the other end, okay? Your job, guys, on place is to work on distance and duration and distraction. So your goal, if you feel you want to, try and work on distance. Right now, just your dog maybe staying in one area is a challenge. So work on that. Whatever's a challenge for you. But if you're standing there and your dog can do place there dead easy, try and move away from it a wee bit, okay? Your dog's doing the best, Dad. Look at this dog. That dog's perfect. Let's be giving you this one. Okay, I'm going to try this. So what we're doing here is what we call counter conditioning, okay? And this is if your dog makes a mistake, don't get angry and embarrassed, upset. This is your chance. Don't worry about people calling the police and saying you're terrible. This is a chance for your dog to learn. Change behaviour. Who's next? Let's go next. Mum's there, I better start barking again.
Place.
What would be more beneficial to be on this dog, do you think, rather than the slip lead? What would be better to be on that dog?
E-collar.
Okay, e-collar one option. Yes, what else? On lead. Prong collar. Yeah? Prong collar is your steering wheel, e-collar is your sat nav. Yeah? So the only reason I wouldn't necessarily go with e-collar first is because right now she just wants to be able to walk the dog on leash and have control. And it's such a tiny wee dog, and the e-collar will be quite bulky, right? You know all about that, right? Yep. Not being bulky about the dog, having a bulky e-collar. So the prong is more discreet and actually more gentle, you know? So the prong gives a much nicer feeling because the dog's happy to choke itself, you know, when it's panicking. Whereas if that was on the prong, the dog would stop instantly, okay? That there. What we definitely wouldn't put on the dog is a harness, right? You know, that's just going to empower the... Very good. Nice. So one thing that was in that controversial video, and one thing we're focusing on here, is timing, loading up. So what you're looking at is intention. So I'm walking along here, and I'm just like this, that's okay, but I walk along and then all of a sudden I'm like this. And I'm like this, that's intention, you know? Nice, that was a good touch. So ideally you would stop me from doing this, then doing this, okay? So when he gets into that state of mind, whether your dog, how many of you have that issue with your dog that they ignore you and focus on something else, whether pulling or lunging or jumping on someone coming in the house or barking because they're scared? So the first thing we have to do when we lose that control, we lose their attention, is get the attention back on us. Okay, and we do that the best way to give clarity to the dog and to the easiest communication is through the way you're physically touching the dog. We're going to maybe add some obstacles here, just dogs everywhere to
chase them.
Yeah, that'll get them going faster. Beat their time pace. The Roddy coming through, you'll see the prong and e-collar correctly positioned. Prong first or slip lead or whatever's physically attached should be at the highest point of the neck, and then any tool for off leash is behind that. Very good. Okay, here we go. You wouldn't have done that before.
Pull it off.
No way.
Pull it.
Remember the first walk? Gee whiz. Yeah, that's brilliant. Brilliant. Bring it on. Nice. So you're asking about getting that, you know, that heel work without physical. Work on that now. Anytime he goes to step in front, you want to add a wee tap, either from the collar or from your foot or whatever, Charlie. Just wee flop in, flop in. Cheer up, cheer up, cheer up. No. Look, they'll join together. Where did he go? Did he normally pull? Okay. Can I help you? Okay, so we've got Harry here who's on a half check, but the problem is he doesn't fully understand leash pressure. So, and down. So the problem is when he pulls, he feels it tight, he should go more. So we want him to learn when he feels the pressure to move back so he doesn't pull. So we have to get his attention, okay? So that wee heel tap was what got his attention. He said, oh, that was me, right? Come on, dude. Come on. Next down way. So I call this stop and pop. The hard part is your dog right now has a habit of when he feels a flat surface, which is his collar. He doesn't think like he touch something hot and go, oh, or stand on a plug and go, ah. He goes flat, so I'll just keep going. So this dog will on 3 seconds on a prong collar be walking with him. Because it just touches him differently. So he goes, oh, and they go, good choice. That's the right choice. Then watch any of my videos on leash pressure, you'll see within 10 seconds you'll see him walking without any pressure. Okay? The flat collar right now is not high enough and it's too loose, so when you then go to provide direction, there's not enough information to the dog. So it makes your job harder, and it means you have to be more physical. So I've just moved it up higher a wee bit, and I'm just going to walk him up with a wee bit of stop and fall. So when he goes to push the boundary, I'm like, not here. Okay? Especially near a dog, just a wee, that wee tap is the same as if I had the prongs.
Right.
Got you. This is a big distraction.
Good. Cool it.
And I'm jumping between yes and no. So when he goes to pull, I'm like, no. And when he's good, I'm like, yeah, good. Yeah? Oh, when he's good, let's just go yes and no. Very good, here we go. Little and large. Keep that leash short, Mum. Keep the leash short. Nice. So this is another dog just like that husky that went by. So what to do better at teaching how to respond when they feel pressure of the leash. Okay? So right now they feel pressure and we have to get a better understanding of leash pressure. So already these 3 dogs, 1, 2 and the wee one here and probably a few more, which would respond better if they had much less pressure from an e-collar, a prong collar, sorry. Okay, I want you guys that are here, I want you, if you're quite good at place, I want you to work on a fast break, far away. If you're working on still working on place, I want you to do a slow break.